In version 29 of LineSmarts, we introduced a new feature called location. So to look at that, if we click on this drop-down menu, down the bottom you'll see location. When we select that, it takes us to a plan view. And that's displaying the span that you're measuring in your LineSmarts measurement. And that's been calculated automatically by taking measurements from the GPS and the compass direction that was recorded in the device when the measurement was captured. So this shows the aerial image, and also it's showing the span heading down here and the coordinates for the left support, the right support, and the observer. If we click on this image and then click on the yellow point, you'll see that's the observer, the blue point is the right pole, and the red one is the left pole. So this is just a Google aerial image, and so you can zoom out and in and pan around and so forth. Now if we go back, and we'll have another look at another example here, clicking on this one here. In this instance, when I went out to measure the span, I didn't actually have a laser rangefinder with me. And what locations allow us to do is to measure that span even without having those distances. So to do that, if we select the image, we can go into the left pole here and identify that as we normally would. And then the right pole as well. I've got the wrong pole there. Left pole. And then the right pole. And go back out, but we still don't have those ranges. So what you can then do is go to location. And the first thing you need to do, in this case the GPS was slightly out. So I'm able to now move by holding the yellow, first of all click on this image, and then hold this yellow marker down, and I'll move it to the curb, which is where I was actually standing when I took the image. So I've recorded that. And because we've identified the poles in the image, and the device knew the compass direction, that's gone and aligned the red and the blue line with the actual base of the poles. We can see that because of the shadow here. So what we can do is add the plus button up on the top right here and use that to identify that left pole and also the right pole. Then when we go back out, we can see that we've identified those and into span info, and we've got the distances have been calculated to those two poles. So that's a way of measuring the span distance, and from there all the other things like the size of the structure and the tensions and so forth, all without having a laser rangefinder. And it's generally fairly accurate. It's not quite as accurate as using a good laser rangefinder, and it is depending on the quality of the aerial images in the area, but it can be very convenient.